above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. Jesus, we bow before your throne. We bow before the throne. Father, we give you all the glory. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay, Father, we bow before the throne. Ariamos. For you. We lay your crowns. We lay your crowns. Jesus. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crown and worship you.
Good evening, friends. Good evening, brothers and sisters. You're welcome, and welcome to Something in Need for You. Welcome to Something in Need for You. Wherever you are in any part of the world, I welcome you, friends, and I want to thank God for your life. And I also want to encourage you to share on your wall, either on YouTube, Imparoya TV, or on Facebook. Something in it for you. There's always something to learn. There's always something to challenge you. There's always something to provoke you in thinking outside the box. So tonight, I want to encourage you by looking into lessons that we can learn from an eagle. And that brings to mind that every creation of God is not useless. So God gave all of his creation the potential, the capacity to make a difference, to sustain themselves, and also to transform and to change lives. In the sense that we have things to learn from one another. We have things to learn from one another. So it's imperative for us to always look at our environment. And by the time you look at your environment, look at everyone all around you, you will come to a realization that life is not just about you alone. That there are things you can learn from life, from other people. And by learning from them is to make you a better individual. A better individual. So that's what we're going to learn from ego today. That's what we're going to learn from ego today. And I've decided to put some points in place as things that experts have discovered in part of the characteristics of an ego. And I'm sure that you must have heard from different preachers, from different teachers, from different people, or scholars, philosophers, men of wisdom, motivational speakers, so many things that you can learn from ego, so many dimensions. But I'm looking at it from a leadership perspective. Leadership perspective. By looking at the principles that one can learn from an ego if you want to make a difference in your life, in your family, in your community, and the life of everyone that is all around you. Everyone that is all around you. So there are things that you can pick up from the life of an ego that will tremendously make an impact in your decision and the way you respond to issues. Let's look at lesson number 1. An eagle flies alone. And when they fly alone, they fly at high altitude. An eagle fly alone. And when they do, they fly at high altitude. See, they don't fly with sparrows, with other small birds, or with ravens. No, they don't fly with small birds that do not have propensity of going higher. And you know what that means? As a lesson that you can learn, I can learn from that principles or character of an eagle. And what I want to draw out from that is this. In your journey of life, stay away from narrow-minded people. This is a kind of message that you need to keep for a very long time. That you need to watch all over and over and over again. If you want to go higher, if you want to be great, if you want to achieve your purpose and your destiny, you want to fulfill your purpose in life, stay away from narrow-minded people. Those people, they are the kind of people that will bring you down. They will tell you that no one has ever done that before. They will tell you that it's not being done that way. They begin to give an example of people that failed in that type of enterprise, in that type of business. It's a way to limit and to pour water, cold water on you, on your potentials, on your purpose, on your desire, and your spirit. So they are narrow-minded people. Sometimes they may tell you that no black person has ever done that before. No ladies, no woman has ever done that before. At the time Fela's mom, Mrs. Fumilayo Kuti, decided to be the first Nigerian woman to drive a car, I want to believe that somebody must have told her that, oh, it is not a woman's job. No woman has ever done that before. But guess what? She paved the way. She paved the way. So you need to stay away from narrow-minded people, because those kind of people, they will pour cold water on you. They are kind of people that will bring you down. But when you look at eagle flies with eagles. Eagle flies with eagle, because they never fly with ravens, with small birds. They fly with people in their own capacity, people in their own company, people with better aspiration, people with great desire, the same kind of people that can carry them, that they can look up to, they can run the race with. So you know what that means. In leadership teaching, it basically means that keep the good company. Keep the good company. And if you are blessed to be in a good company, I celebrate you and I rejoice with you, because such people, they never go down. Even when you becoming weak, the good company will lift you up. It's often said that the company that you keep will determine your success and your failure. The company that you keep will determine how far you can go in life. The company that you keep will position you for the next level. You can never be an island. No one succeeds alone. But if you really want to be a success, if you really want to be great in life, want to achieve outstanding achievement, then the company that you keep really matters. Because when you are going down, there shall be hands to lift you up. There shall be hands to connect you. And that's the more reason that you need to keep the right company. So, principle number 2, or character number 2 that we can learn from an eagle. And eagles have an accurate vision. An accurate vision. You see, what I mean by that is this. They have the ability to focus on something that is as far as 5 kilometers away. Something that is as far as 5 kilometers away. So they focus. And focus is the key to success. You want to triumph? Focus. You want to be great in life? Focus. You want the tide to turn around for you? Focus. You see, no matter the obstacles, no matter the challenges, no matter the tribulation, no matter how stormy the weather is, the eagle will not move his focus from what it targets to grab. He will not move his focus from what it targets to grab. And he will focus precision on it and continue to watch and continue to look at the move. Are there any enemy around the corner? Are there any obstacle around the corner? Are there anyone that can, that can become an impediment? So he will focus, put his attention until he grabs what he so much focused on that he wants to grab. What that means basically is this. A lesson for you and I to learn. Have a vision and remain focused on it. No matter what the obstacles, no matter the impediments, no matter the tribulations, no matter the roadblock, if you focus and well determined about what you intend to get, you will succeed. You will succeed. Character number 3 in the life of an eagle. Character number 3. Eagles do not eat dead things. And I was amazed when I, discovered that eagles do not eat dead things. They feed on fresh prey. Something fresh they feed on. That's what they feed on. So they have to look for it. So I remember when we were growing up, my late auntie never eat food that is 2 days old. So they have to prepare a food or a stew every day. Every day. No wonder she looked so fresh. She was so fresh. She lived up to 97 before she went to be with the Lord. So an eagle feed on something fresh, not on dead things. So what is the lesson that you can pick up from there that I want to share with you, I want you to run with? Do not rely on your past success. Do not rely on your past success. Keep looking for new things to conquer. Keep looking for new discovery. Keep looking for new avenue to break through. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Leave your past where it belongs. There is no single one of us living today that do not have a past. So never allow anyone to mock you about your past. Even the scripture made us to know that in Micah chapter 7 verse 8, the Bible says that according to Micah, say, rejoice not my enemy, when I fall I will rise. And I did put in my wisdom for today, I think it was on Sunday that I posted it on my wall. That never glory in the going through of somebody else. In a man that is down, in a man's problems, in a man's challenges, never glory. And never kick a man that is falling. Never kick a man that is on the ground. Never, never. Because if you do, hey, let me be clear with you. Tide tends to turn. Tide tends to turn. So you need to leave your past where it belongs, in the past, and the ability to focus on your tomorrow. You have tomorrow, a great tomorrow, a better tomorrow, a promising tomorrow, but you need to deal with today so that you can get to that tomorrow. The obstacle today is the fact that you need to understand that the obstacle today is to stop your tomorrow. And for that simple reason, you need to focus on that tomorrow. Never allow today to be the stumbling block against your tomorrow. Number four lesson. Eagle loves the storm. Eagles love the storm. Love the storm. You see, when clouds gather, it is then that eagles get excited. And you'll be wondering that who really wants a storm? Who really wants to be excited in a storm? Who really wants to? When the moment you hear storm, you want to run away from storm. You don't. But we have come to realize that in life, without a breakdown, that cannot be breakthrough. Without a breakdown, that cannot be breakthrough. And the bigger your problem, the bigger your testimony. So if you keep on running away from your storm, from your challenges, then that great testimony is not going to come. It's not going to come. So the eagle uses the storm as a wind to lift itself higher. As a wind to lift itself higher. And then once it finds the wind of the storm, the eagle continues to use it, to move above the cloud. Above the cloud. The higher the storm, the higher we continue to move. What was supposed to be a problem become an ingredient, an instrument to propel him to the next level. You see, sometimes what we see as the end As it breaks down, that you think that nothing again can come out of it. Oh, I am finished, I am done, it is impossible, I cannot succeed. Let me tell you, beloved, it is in that storm that glory will come. And if you look at so many great men and women that become a success in the Bible, you discover that they went through storm. They went through storm. And because they were faithful, because they were diligent, because they faced the storm, in their storm of life, they never turned back. In their storm of life, they confronted it with everything in them. And guess what? They became successful. Because after the storm, the cloud moved. The storm ceased. The storm was over. Instead of the storm to bring them down, it propelled them speedily to the next level. So in the meantime, beloved, you see, while the eagle was going through the storm became a level of moving the eagle to the next level. Other birds hide. They hide themselves. They run away from the storm because the storm will blow them away. The storm will blow them away. What makes others to run? What makes others to hide their heads? What makes them to run away is what makes an eagle to continue, to continue, to continue, and to continue. So the meaning of that is, face your challenges head on. Face it head on. Knowing that this will make you to emerge stronger. Not only stronger, will make you to emerge better than you were before. No one tells story today without going through. No one becomes success today that will never have a story to tell you. So you can use the storm of life to rise to greater heights. The storm of life to rise to a greater height. I have said this before. I was reading, I put it in one of my books, that achievers are not afraid to rise to greater heights, because they are not afraid that when they fall, that they can rise. Achievers are not afraid of challenges. They are not afraid of unpleasant situations. They are not afraid because they are achievers. It is in that breakdown that they'll be able to see what they need to do, how they need to do it. They'll be able to discover those who are part of their life and those who are not. It is in your difficult moment that you discover those who are for you and those who are against you. In your difficult moment, then you will know those who are friends and those who are enemies. So achievers are not afraid of challenges. Rather, they relish them. They use them for their own progress. In other words, they make good use of those challenges. They make good use of those challenges. And that's what an eagle does with the storm. He loves the storm. Out of the storm comes the next level. So number 5 character of an eagle that wants to share with you tonight as a lessons that we can learn to make our life much better. It's something that we strongly suggest to you to listen and listen and listen all the time. Forward it to your friends and your children. See, character number 5. Eagles prepare for training. Eagles prepare for training. How prepared are you? How prepared are you? Ignorance is a disaster. When you are not properly prepared, you will fumble, you will mess up. You will mess up. And people can easily read. They can easily read that you are not well prepared for what you're doing. You see, an eagle will remove the feathers and soft grass in the nest so that the young ones get uncomfortable in preparation for flying. in preparation for flying. And they make it uncomfortable for them so that they can learn, getting them prepared for the task ahead. Because when it becomes unbearable to stay in the nest, then they have to learn how to get out of that nest and begins to fly bit by bit. In today's world, we made everything so much comfortable for all our children, everyone around us. We're so scared of leaving our comfort zone. These children came out of university in their late 20s and going to 30s. They're still living at home. Whereas you and their parents at that age of 30s is the time you left your parents' home. You travel abroad to struggle on your own to make a life. And it's amazing that most parents today now saying, I do not want my children to go through what I went through. But guess what? You're making them, to live in their comfort zone. And they were not ready to leave that comfort zone. When you're gone, how will they survive? How will they learn the lesson of life? You see, when you fail to leave your comfort zone, there is no growth for you. When you fail, I say that again. When you fail to leave your comfort zone, there can never be any growth for you. So, if you really love your children, if you really love your people that really matters to you, there's a time that you need to take that decision, that to kick them in a way that they need to learn how to pay bills, how to be responsible. Ability to pay bills is an act of responsibility. You see, what they're running away from, they're running away from paying bills. And that's why many of them choose to stay at home, because they do not want to pay bills. You may say, at the time we came, that things were different. Things were different. At our own time, too, things were different. So, things were different in their own time. Ask yourself these questions. If you're gone, won't they survive? Or supposing there are people that their parents passed away when they were younger, but today they succeeded. They became great in life. I can tell you one person, former president of Nigeria, Obasanjo, he said it by his own mouth that his parents, died when they were so young. But guess what he became? Through the struggle of life, he became a success. He became a global icon. Whether you like him or not, it doesn't really matter. But he became a success. He became a success. He became an institution. So, an eagle starts to train by removing the feathers, by removing the soft grass inside the nest. Make the nest uncomfortable for the eaglets, so that when it becomes uncomfortable, it will learn how to begin to fly. It will learn how to begin to fly. Then, which in other words means leave your comfort zone, because there is no growth in your comfort zone. Be challenged in the next level. Number six, which is the last one I'm going to share with you tonight. You see, when the eagles grow old, we all desire to grow old. We all pray to grow old. But are you ready to pay the sacrifice, the pain of growing old? Let me tell you what I discovered about eagles when they grow old. You see, the feathers become weak. And when the feather becomes weak, it cannot take him as far as it should be able to take him, which is normal. When you become old, the organs become weaker, the bones become weaker, the strength become weaker. You cannot run the way you used to run. You cannot do so many things that you used to do before. And for that reason, that makes him to become weak. And if care is not taken, that could make him to die before his time. So what eagle does is the fact that he will retire to a place far away in the mountains. He will retire far away in the mountain, hide himself in that place, and he will start to pluck out all the weak feathers in his body. It is painful. He will begin to pluck it out, bit by bit, with claws, removing the claws, and continue to remove all those weak ones. And when you look at that exercise, it can be painful, it can be bloody, and in the process of that, it will remain on the mountain against the rocks and bear everything. So with just his body alone, all the feathers and everything has been removed until another one start to grow. When another one starts to grow, because it will stay there until the feathers start to grow. So when the feathers now grow, a new life has started. A new life has come. Ability to fly higher has now come. So you know what that means, friends? We occasionally need to shed off our old habit. We occasionally need to let go some bitter, unpathetic behavior. It doesn't matter how difficult they are. Things that have been burdening us. Things that have been making our life unbearable. There needs to be a time that you need to take that painful step. If you really want to live younger, longer, and better. If there are food that you love to eat when you were younger and able, those food may not be good for your body now because you are old. So you need to let go. It might be painful, but you need to let go. So in other words, we occasionally need to shed off old habits, no matter how unpleasant or difficult it might be. Things that burden us or had no value to our lives, you should let it go. You should let it go if you really want to become what you desire to become in life. So, beloved, that's what I have come to share with you today. I encourage you to share on your wall. I encourage you to share with your friends. Watch and watch and watch again. There is something in that story that you can learn that will surely make a difference in your life. It is something that has helped me, and it still continues to help me. In the storm of life, I have learned how to go on and keep going, not to surrender, not to quit, not to retreat, but keep the focus. Keep going, and keep going. There is only going to be one person that will testify, and that will have to be you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. I celebrate you, and I encourage you, beloved, that don't surrender. Do not retreat. Learn the tricks and the principles or character of an eagle. Then you will come back and thank me later. Until such a time I come your way again, I'm Dr. Tayo OGUNMEFUN. Have a nice evening.